I'm Karen's brother, Bill Copeland. Today, we've come together to celebrate the life of my brother-in-law, our friend, husband, father, and grandfather, Eugene Virgil Francheschi, or just plain Gino, as I'm sure he would have it. Karen wanted me to say a few words today, so I put together a little limerick as a snapshot of his life. So here goes. There once was a man named Gino. He was known to make vinegar and vino. And fishing he did, since he was a kid, then met my sister Karen Copolino. I know that's a stretch, but boar hunting and deer, also near, brought numerous glasses of beer. It was plain to see, between you and me, that life was good over here. Gino was a happy man with the love of his life. They had 4 kids, the man and his wife. For many years, they worked close by. Then fate moved them to Tahoe, the lake of the sky. Business was good in that neighborhood, but their hearts were here in this town. So after much thought, they bought a lot that suited their needs all around. Their new winter home was fine for making vinegar and wine, and fishing was just down the road. With family and friends and his loving wife, they lived out his dream. He had a good life. I got to know Gino very well over the years. I made the trip to Tahoe, or from Tahoe when I could, and to celebrate Christmas with his family. With every trip here and other places, and on many trips north to fish the Smith and Shedco rivers, he became more and more special to me. He had a magnetic personality unlike any other. What's more, he made me laugh. He seemed to make lifelong friends with people he just met. He will be missed. Gino was a gift and a blessing to behold. So this is goodbye till we meet in the sky, my brother, my friend, Gino. It's all yours.
Brace yourself.
There once was a man from Nantucket. Just kidding, but I just thought that, and I thought it was funny. Uncle Bill, that was really cool. I wrote a bunch of stuff over the last few days, and I just decided that I don't like the way it sounded, and I don't know what I'm going to say up here. But I would like to start it the way my dad would have started it, with the 3 words. And I think we're all adults here, so I'm going to say what he would have said. What the fuck? And I like that. I'm always going to think about that when I think of him saying something. Yeah, I don't know. Where do I start? I mean, this is clearly a testament to him. Fuck, am I really only making it this far?
Yeah.
It's nice to see everybody here. It's incredible. I know that, Mom. I know he was. I was there. I saw that. But yeah, he had an impact on everybody in here. It's like he's the one guy that he can piss you off so bad, and a minute later you're loving him. And I don't know how he did that, but he was amazing in that way. And Julie was showing us some stuff last night, and we were reading it this morning, and it's like, who gets sent to the military when they're 16 years old? And it's like, wow, I mean, what did he do? And we were reading the letters that he wrote back home, and it was pretty cool stuff. And if I don't make eye contact with anybody right now while I'm doing this, it's because I don't want to cry, because I'm going to cry anyway. But so are you, so it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
But you know, things like, you know, him, the Pee Wee golf days, growing up, it's like he was a dad to so many people and all of my friends. you know, like we'd be there and it was like, what's Gino cooking? You know, what's going on? And he'd sometimes strategically leave a couple of beers out that we could take, you know. And then we'd be in the arcade and some girls would come in. This is before Jen, and I was young. And he thought he'd help us out with picking up on these girls. And you guys, the word gnar, he would say that, he'd go, hey, those girls, are they gnar? I don't even know what the hell gnar means, but yeah, Dad, those are gnar. And he would help us out sometimes not so much, but yeah. But yeah, so my mom, I don't know how she did it for all those years. I would think they should throw a parade for her every Saturday. He was something. And you know, on that note, she like is so selfless, and I've never heard my mom complain about anything that even involves her because she's so busy taking care of all of us and my dad, and it's like that's what she does. And I just want to say thank you to her for always doing that. And you know, like him being the best man at my wedding, it's like, Jesus. And I remember when I asked him, and I still don't know who he called or who he meant to call, but he called me. And he's like, hey, maybe it was Eddie, I don't even know, but he's like, Tony just asked me to be the best man at his wedding. And I didn't even tell him that he was talking to me. I just said something stupid and hung the phone up. But that meant a lot to him, and it was a really cool deal. And yeah, and there's a picture out front. I'm talking in circles because I wrote this shit down, like I said last night. I hated the way it sounded, so I'm just gonna talk and whatever. But like, there's a picture outside there when he was 79, and we were down at the river, and I'm talking about some guys that really could put a hurting on steelhead. And we were down there, and we weren't getting any, and they were there. And he comes down, and he's like, I remember he says to the guy he's rowing down, and it was the guy in a drip boat, and he says, are you getting any? And the guy goes, it was Frank from Hillsbury. I don't even know if Frank's here, I haven't seen him yet, but anyway, he goes, no, you know, here and there, and blah, blah, blah. He goes, well, how about the fish? And I go, that's so funny. So he anchors up and he makes a couple casts. And that picture, I want you guys to see it because it's pretty powerful. He caught two in front of us and he couldn't wait to leave. He didn't stick around. He caught two and he landed them and he rose away and he's all, I'll see you boys later. And you know, he kind of left to a standing ovation, which really doesn't happen when you're fishing, but it's like, it was so awesome. And he leaves because he just, almost like right now today, it's like he left maybe so we could talk about him. And he left quickly so we could talk about him. And there's a term we use on the river when somebody's getting fish and the other guys aren't. And once again, we're all adults here, so the guy gets called a name, and it's the best thing to be called when you're fishing. So my dad goes, he calls me up, and he called me like 10 times. He's like, so what happened down there after I left? Well, nothing happened after you left. And he's like, I can see it, like he's happy about that because he caught the only two. And he goes, so, yeah, Dad, we did call you a cocksucker. Sorry about the language, I know we're near a church, but in order to explain the story right, I had to say it like that. The fact is that we didn't call him that because there's too much respect, but I just did lie to him and say that we did. Because unfortunately on the river, that's a term of endearment, but I'm gonna miss him. Shit! I miss him already.
Not easy.
So I'm just gonna say, I'll see you later. I'll see you upriver. You better save me a spot. I love you, Daddy.
Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy. Grandpa, take me back to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so easy. Lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, call it a day. Promise really something people meant, not just something they would say. Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never go away. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Grandpa, everything is changing fast. We call it progress, but I just don't know. And Grandpa, it's wonderland to the past that paints me the picture of long ago. Lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, call it a day. Promise really something people kept, not just something they would say and then forget. Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never go.
You may think that I'm talking foolish. You've heard that I'm wild and I'm free. You may wonder how I can promise you now, this love that I feel for you always will be. For you're not just a child that I live in. I'm no longer one of those guys. As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old women sit and talk about old men, if you wonder how long
say time takes its toll on the body, makes the young girl's brown hair turn gray. Well, honey, I don't care. I ain't in love with your hair, and if it all fell out, well, I love you anyway. They say time can play tricks on men and me, make people forget things they knew. But it's easy to see, it's happening to me. I've already forgotten everyone but you. Oh, darling, I'm gonna love you forever. Oh, Lottie. Oh, cantare. Oh, let's fly way up to the clouds, away from the maddening crowds. We can sing in the glow of a star that I know our lovers enjoy peace of mind. Let us leave the confusion and all this illusion behind. Just like birds of a feather, a rainbow together we'll find. Volare, oh, e cantare, oh. No wonder my happy heart sings. Your love has given you wings. Penso che io sogno così non ritorni mai più. Mi dipinge con le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi all'improvviso tenido dal vento rapido e incominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito. Volare, oh, oh, e cantare, oh, nel blu dipinto di blu. E chi dice di stare lassù? E volavo, volavo, felice con alte del sole, col coro più su, mentre molto pian piano sparivo lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonare soltanto per me. Volare, oh, oh, e cantare, oh, oh. No wonder my happy heart sings. Your love has given you wings. Nel blu dipinto del blu, venite di stare lassù. Nel blu dipinto del blu. When I got the news today, I didn't know what to say, so I just hung up the phone. I took a walk to clear my head, and this is where the walk-in led. Can't believe you're really gone. Don't feel like going home, so I'm gonna sit right here on the edge of this pier and watch the sunset disappear. And drink a beer. good ones go too soon, but the good Lord knows the reasons why, I guess. Sometimes the greater plan is kind of hard to understand. Right now it don't make sense. I can't make it all make sense. So I'm gonna stand right here on the edge of this field and watch the sunset disappear. And drink a beer. So long, my friend, until we meet again. I'll remember you and all the times that we used to. Sit right here on the edge of this field and watch the sunset disappear. And drink a beer. And drink a beer. Drink a beer.
It's perfect outside, it's like God let me die, love the weather. Got the whole crew here, I ain't seen some of them in forever. It's one of those never forget it, better stop and take it in kind of scenes. Everything's just right, yeah, except for one thing. You should be here, standing with your arm around me, and cutting up, cracking a cold beer, saying cheers. Hey y'all, it's sure been a good year. It's one of those moments that's got your name written all over it. And you know that if I had just one wish, it'd be that you didn't have to miss this. You should be here. You'd be taken with 2
I'm gonna have the microphone, I'll be walking around, if somebody wants to say something, fine, I know it's way too much pressure to go up on the stage, but it's like, there's no over the stage. But if somebody wants, I will have the microphone, so if you want to add anything, just take me down, I'm not hard to find.
You might get away with not having it.